right, Wayne, we're here today. We want to have a look at your beautiful muscle cars that you've got here. So how about we start with your Camaro and then we work our way back over to the Corvette?
Yeah, okay, the Camaro. I worked for General Motors for 38 years, and my dad used to take me to the National Automotive Show. And General Motors Holden always had American Camaros or Corvettes.
Yep.
And that's where I think I fell in love with those cars. I had a lot of Monaros, but I always wanted to have the American eye, and that's the mother country, if you like, for GM.
Yeah, fair
enough. So purpose-built cars rather than built off a four-door sedan. So that was my hot button to do one day, and I did a lot of trips to America. And one trip I was at a place called Pomona Swap Meet in California. It's probably the biggest show on the West Coast.
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, and I had no intentions of buying a car. However, I was looking at this drag car. It was a yellow car, and these two old dudes, it was just like out of that show, two-lane blacktop. Yep. They go around America just drag racing for money.
Yep,
that's all they did. They're in their 60s, these two guys, and this car was yellow, jacked up, and I'm all over it. I thought, the stance was looked great, and I thought, I don't want a drag car, but I was talking to them, and they said, you were selling it, so how much? I don't know, $4,000 or something, I think it was, and it had a big block in it. And I said, I don't really, I want to restore it, I can't drive this, I'm not going to drag racer. And the guy goes to the car and pulls out this book from Classic Industries. He says, have a look at this, mate, you can buy any part you want for this car.
Wow.
Brand new. I said, hang on, it's tubbed. What about the floor pan? Here you go, $1,000 floor pan from the firewall all the way back.
Jeez.
So he got me, did a deal, and I remember driving that car from Pomona back to the hotel, down the road like this. We're Australians, who cares?
Yeah.
Unregistered, uninsured. Yep. So anyway, I got to the motel and we shipped it back to Australia with about, I reckon I spent $10,000 on all parts for it. Everything new. The body was great, all original metal. That's the real reason I probably bought it. So I got back home to Australia, and then the fun began. I got a friend who had a shop, and I put up on the hoist weekend after weekend, drilling out every spot weld on that original flop pan.
That would have been fun.
Oh, anyway, I got done. I bought a 350. I wanted a street car. In hindsight, probably a big block would have sounded great, but it was streetable. I got a mild cam in it, and I wanted it to be as original as I could to production. That's what I wanted. So 5 years later, I got it finished, and that was 20 years ago. There was a colour called butternut yellow. But when we stripped it back, there was the blue underneath. Checked the code, and sure enough, Le Mans blue it was originally.
Perfect, so taking it all back to full original, fully restored, everything.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this car. I had my little kids, they used to come out and help me rub it back in the garage. Nice. The kids loved it, you know, they were 10 and 12. But my oldest son, he went to university in America, California, and he said, Dad, I want to do a car the same as yours.
Yep.
That was really good for me to go over there with him, find a car, and bring it back, and we restored his exactly the same.
Oh, nice.
Down to a T.
Yep.
He's exactly the same. Shame he can't be here today, but he's got locked up in storage somewhere.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. People would have been doing a double take as they cruising down the road going, didn't that just go past?
That's right. They're exactly the same. So, I love the Camaro. So it was a shame that Walkinshaw did the Camaros, and then Holden fell over, and GMSV came on the scene, and they should have picked it up.
Yeah.
In that they were sponsoring the supercars, Camaros.
Yeah.
It makes sense to have the Camaro road car for whatever reasons, obviously, tooling or whatever for new model. I don't know. But they didn't do it, and they should have, I think.
Yeah, because I think the only thing that we've been told is GM may bring Corvettes over, but not bringing anything else.
Well, the new Corvettes here, the CA was sold by GMSV. The Camaro should have been the car, I would have thought.
Yep.
They would have sold a lot more. Most of the tooling was already paid for.
Yeah.
But the hierarchy know better than anyone else. So.
Yeah, fair enough.
That didn't happen. So, anyway.
So when you did the in the interior on this car, did you do it exactly the same way as well?
Yep. It's got the houndstooth deluxe trim that the VIN plate says it was deluxe trim. So I've got the houndstooth trim in there, which got from Classic Industries, of course.
Yes.
Brought all that out and got the trimmer to redo the seats, so
Yeah, perfect.
foam and all that sort of stuff, and yeah, everything, sun visors, dash, all the gauges, everything's new in the car.
Yeah, sweet.
The only things that aren't stock, as I said, I had a mild cam put in the 350 because this car did come with a 350.
Yep.
So that's the other reason, and I've got some Headman headers I bought from the States.
Okay, yeah.
To put on it, which is an interesting exercise.
Yep,
you
fair
buy
enough.
these headers that say factory fit. Right, put them on. Hang on, the steering box hitting it.
Oh, yeah, okay, yep.
Upper wishbone's hitting. Headman headers, what's going on? Oh, you just get a hammer and tap it in. You said it's factory fit. That is. You just tap it a bit. Unbelievable. They do some funny things.
Yeah, yeah.
They're probably multi-fit, I don't know.
Can we crack the bonnet of this thing
Yep.
and have a look underneath this?
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, wow, like, this is bloody neat and tidy. So, since you've rebuilt it, you've done nothing else in here?
No. What many trips to the States
Yep.
to actually work out correct colours, etc.
Okay.
I spent a lot of time researching, like the colour, the hinge here,
Okay, yeah.
the bonnet catch, these hinges,
Yep.
get the correct colour.
So
What
you
you
just
like.
wanted to get it fully concourse the whole lot when you did it?
Not really yeah, well, it's close to production. That's what I wanted.
Yep.
So my buddy of me, Phil, my best mate Phil, we spent a lot of time researching the colour of these hinges, I tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone said, no, it was black originally. No, have a look in the books, you know.
Yep.
And we got the gunmetal grey colour. It's
Yep,
correct
nice.
colour out of the States. So this is the cowl hood
Yep.
I put on out of the Z28, and a breeze through there,
Nice.
and it's got a flap at the back. And when you put your foot down, the flap opens to let more air in. All it does.
Okay, nice.
So a breeze through here. A lot of people have seen this and got it Monaros and things.
Yep.
They say, I love that bloody air cleaner. There's that many people have bought these for their
Yeah,
Monaros.
nice.
A lot of blokes don't put it on because
Yep.
it's very hard to do.
Okay.
You want to get right in behind that flap and get in there. It's very tedious.
You've got the extractors on there as well.
I'd like to, I'll probably take it back to the original headers one day. So when I first did the car, I was in that chrome, hot roddy type thing. I chromed this and chromed up there and chromed
Yeah.
everything, and I had a lot of stuff. But I'm getting older and I like go back to original now, so I've taken everything.
We'll head over to the Stingray and have a look at that now.
Okay.
This is the second one in your group of cars you have. And this is what, the second one of these vehicles you've had?
Yeah, bring it up, did you?
Unfortunately, yeah, I had to.
Thanks very much. I shouldn't have mentioned it. So, yes, okay, when I retired, I get myself a little present. So I bought a 1970 Corvette in from the States.
Okay.
I was over there, went to a place called Coast Corvette, and my son, as I said, was working at university over there. So I got him involved, and we went and bought this car. It had the Mexican seat covers on it.
Yep.
Well, it was a really run-down car, but the body was original, been in the desert, and it, just to see the undercoat.
Yep.
So once again, I bought thousands of dollars worth of parts,
Yep.
put it in the container, brought it back here, restored it to about this level.
Yep.
I was going to a car show on a lovely summer's evening, and coming back at dusk, my buddy was behind me, Tony, and he's flashing his lights. Hey, Tony.
Yep.
Anyway, I kept on going, and next minute he's honking the horn, and I pull up at the intersection, flames start coming through onto the windshield.
Wow, okay.
So I wasn't really too perturbed at that stage, because I had a couple of good fire extinguishers in the car.
Yep.
Pulled over, popped the hood, got the extinguisher out, went out, boom, back she came again.
Yep.
Get the other extinguisher, bang, it came again. A couple of blokes turned up, and no one, about 4 or 5 people in their cars that had been at the show, couldn't put the thing out, because what was happening, I'll never have a rubber hose on my fuel line ever again.
Yep.
It frayed and was spurting fuel out on the headers,
Yeah, okay.
and the fire had gone down under the insulation, under the
okay,
tunnel.
yep.
So I was only getting the extinguisher on the top, so it was burning under the tunnel.
Yeah.
So it burned pretty bad. The fireys came
Yep.
with their big extinguishers and got in there and put out. By that time, the interior had gone, and I was a bit of a mess at that time. And my buddy Tony, who works at the advertising agency, where I was working at Holden, he's just filming away. My car's burning, he's filming away. Oh, look at this. Can you stand over there, won't? Anyway, he got some good shots. And he put it on YouTube. Oh, he got 200,000 views or something. And
wow.
YouTube took it off because he put music to it. He didn't want to pay copyright. So he had to take it down. But we have got copies of it. And the worst thing is, stupid me, not insured.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
So
that would have been a big hit.
Oh, yeah. So I sold it for about, I think $15,000 a guy bought it, and he was going to restore it. So I said, I'm back to the States. I've got to get one. I've got to get another one.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I went back and got this one. It was original. I haven't touched it, except I put the pipes on the side. I bought a kit for that. It had a Hurst shifter in the months. It's a manual.
Yep.
And it had a, and I don't like all that stuff. I took the bloody Hurst shifter and put all the original.
Yeah, nice.
Sloppy GM shifter back in it.
Yep.
And just done a bit of work underneath because they're very low underneath, and where the battery sits in the back.
Okay.
It sits in a cavity, and every car, Corvette, goes over a bump or something and grinds that. So I spent a lot of time rebuilding underneath.
Nice.
Well, back to where it was originally. So
okay, great.
Yeah, once again, factory engine, factory car.
Dial up.
I've tried to keep it as original as I can, except for the headers again.
That's it.
And I think with a Corvette, it had to be a convertible.
Yep.
I don't know, it's something about, I like the style of a convertible, especially with the roof down, of course. So I got my hard top there, and I got the roof down this on a nice day. So yeah, I'm just going to keep the two vehicles for a while.
Now, before we have a look at the engine bay of this thing, now you were talking about your GM experience. Now, we've been told that you've worked for GM for like over, 38 years or something like that. So how did you start with GM, and how did you go through the ranks of all that system to where you finished?
Well, that's an interesting story. When I left school, I didn't go to university or anything. I was hopeless at that sort of stuff. I got on the grog a bit, didn't want to go to university. So I got a job working for a dealer, and that dealer was called Preston Motors, and I was in the parts department, and this guy drove in one day with his HQ white GTS.
Yep. I
fell in love with that car. And he was the area manager for Holden at the time. And it was a guy called John Crennan. And John Crennan went on to run HSV. Nice. And John talked to me, and every time I'd come in to look at his cars, and he said, there's a job going at Holden, why don't you go for an internship in the parts department? So I applied. They put 7 people on, and I was lucky to get in there as an intern for 3 years, which was probably the best years of my life, because you were exposed to so many different divisions in General Motors. We went to board meetings, sitting in the back, listening, and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, nice.
Normal people wouldn't even get to see, And out of those 7 people, after 4 or 5 years, there's only 2 of us left, and me and the other guy went through to do our 38 years together. And
perfect.
I was lucky to be put in. They put you into a department they thought you were best suited, and they put me into marketing in the parts and service area. And I worked there, and then went into the sales area, got experience in that area. And it was good in those days because you could cross over into sales department, into vehicle sales, into service, and get all those groups working together.
Sorry about this.
You got this phone ringing.
Yeah, I know.
Bring home the milk.
That's a carton. That's a box of beer. Yeah.
Bring home the milk.
They can wait now.
So, I did those different areas in the parts and service area. And I was lucky enough that, I suppose, after about 25 years, I achieved my ultimate game, which was to be the merchandising sales promotion manager.
Okay, great.
For the service and parts area, which I was very happy to do. I loved that area, and I didn't want to go into any other areas.
Yep.
And I achieved my goal, and from there I did some, I think, some pretty special work. Did a brand called Holden, which became very synonymous in recalling a name like Coca-Cola and that.
Yep.
And unfortunately, people since dropped that name. But anyway, it was a good name. And did a lot of things with the dealers, taking them SEMA car show in America.
Perfect.
Where if you get the chance, you've got to go to the SEMA show. It's just
definitely.
the most awesome show. GM, Ford, Chrysler, they're all there. It's like 3 MCGs, big, there's
wow.
huge, big double-storey buildings.
All right, well, I think we should crack this bad boy and have a look underneath here.
Okay.
All right, Ryan, so let's run through what's in this one here. So what's it running?
This engine was rebuilt by the guy who bought it from the States to what they call an LT1 spec,
Okay.
which was an option in the 1970 Corvette. Other than that, it's just a standard Muncie gearbox. As I said, I put the original shifter in. He had a Hurst shifter. I put the power booster in there. They came out without the booster. It was an option back in the day, which I find quite a bit amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Such a high performance car, and that was an option. So I put that in there.
Yep.
A bit of work on the vacuum canisters. The one over there,
Nice.
I spoke about before.
Yep.
Lifting up the panel here for the hidden wipers.
I think that's such a cool feature that you don't see them all the time. It's just underneath there and it lifts up when you need them.
Yeah, it's amazing back in the day, the engineering that went into that.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do it these days. There's no way they can afford to tool up and to do that on the production line must have been a nightmare. It's hard enough for people like me to try and get in there and get all that going.
Yeah, definitely.
And did a few other things with the tidying it up, but that's the original air cleaner. It runs a Rochester carburetor, and as I said, I put the pipes on it. You got to have the side pipes on a Corvette, I reckon.
Oh, definitely.
The sound of it's great,
And what size diff are we running at the back there? Do you know?
I really don't know. No, I never.
Just be a standard Corvette
Yeah,
diff, I
a bit of
suppose.
standard. I don't know what it would have been. No, I don't know. I do know on my Camaro, when I had the engine going back to the Camaro, when I had the car rebuilt, the engine and everything, I got it finished.
Yep.
I was going down the road, and I'm doing about 5,000 RPM. I'm doing about 20 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell's going on here? There's some bloody drag racing diff in it. I didn't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
think about
definitely.
changing. Oh, I've got to go back to the States and get another bloody diff and axle. Anyway, I was talking to a guy one day and he said, oh, God, there's a guy at Faulkner in the cemetery there that does Camaros and that. He might do it. So I rang him.
Yeah.
He said, mate, get the car over here now. I'll change the diffs over for you, free of charge. So this is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So I go there and he's got another Camaro back there. He backed me in, backed the two of them up, changed the diffs over and everything. Silly me, I go home and talk to some dudes. That diff in that car's worth a fortune. It's a drag racing special bloody diff.
Yeah, well, he got a
And
bonus,
wanted
didn't
to-
he?
He's drag racing. So anyway, I got the right diff for nothing. So both cars have got the original radios back in. They've got the clocks that all work. And the radios were probably the hardest thing to get. You can buy plenty of second-hand radios over there out of cars. And to get them working again is a big effort. You can get plenty of people that pull them apart and put new stuff
The
in.
Bluetooth behind it and everything,
But I wanted the original. And I found this guy in near Coast Corvette. He was an old guy, and his grandfather and his father had this shop. And all I do is old megaphone, turntable, radios, and all that stuff.
Yep.
And you walk in, old stuff everywhere. It's amazing. And he was in his 80s when I was there, and he rebuilt these radios for like $100.
Oh, wow.
Complete rebuild them. And he said, my kids don't want to know about the business. When I was there last time before COVID, sure enough, the business is gone. So
Yeah, yep, okay.
Shame.
Bad luck, yeah.
showing that talent's gone. But anyway.
All right, man, now, the interior of this thing is lovely. It's all original. Everything's in here that was supposed to be in here. I can see what you're talking about, the original shifter and everything like that. That looks cool.
Yep, let's lift up again in reverse. It's a
Yep.
unique shifter.
What's all this stuff here? This is all the torque and the compression of what the
that's
engine
it,
should have been.
Yeah. And those little lights there, they're little backup lights to say your tail light's working, your turn signal's working, headlights working.
Oh,
They'll
nice.
flash up there if you've got a bad bulb or whatever.
Okay.
It'll show you there.
Even that kind
Yeah,
of simple and
simple.
bloody awesome.
Over there we've got the original radio, and then you
Yep.
get the clock here, as I say, it works. All
Yep.
the gauges are here. And as you say, when you're sitting in the car,
Yeah.
you're hugged in here.
Yeah, definitely.
You're hugged in when the door trims come back here, you really feel like I'm a race car. Well, this car can very easily spin the wheels.
Oh, I bet it can. I bet it
Yeah,
can.
it can. Storage in the back there, batteries in behind me.
Yep.
The jack's in behind there, there's cavities there for it.
And the
Not
boot
much
space in these things aren't too bad considering.
No, you can fit a set of golf clubs in there if you want to lift that lid
Nice.
up and you can fit them in. That's a big thing about golf clubs. But
Yep.
that's what I'll sort of go on. But
Yep.
there's a bit of room in there. One thing you might be interested in, the little table number I've got here.
Okay, yep.
This is big in the States. Everyone pinches these, you put your order in,
Yep.
and this goes on your table to get, they bring your meal to you.
Yep.
And this is a year, so it's a 1970. So
Yep.
everyone over there goes and gets these off the table for
Yep.
the years and puts them up on the dash.
Nice.
At car shows.
Yep.
So we've got there's a company called Carl's Jr. in America, a burger chain.
Yep.
And now it's in Australia.
Okay, wow.
Burger chain is
Yeah.
in Australia now, Carl's Jr. And terrific burgers too. I really like them.
Nice.
So whenever we go, we always ask the waitress, how about for us poor old Aussies,
Yeah.
can we have this table number? So we all try, but it's a big thing in America. People trying to get these to show the year of the car.
Oh, mate. So tell us about this thing here. You've got a wall full of number plates, and I know you got two down here that used to belong to the original car you bought over. So where'd you get all these when you're over the States?
Yeah, just swap meets. Go to swap meets. Probably the most famous one's the 200th anniversary license plate here from Michigan. They had a competition, 1976.
Yep.
And they won the competition.
Okay,
That's
nice.
probably a pretty iconic license plate. Yeah, the rest of it, I've tried to keep them old original type. There's a lot of newer types down here. They like the older ones. This is the original one.
Yep.
They're all on. This license plate here is probably my favourite because it's. I bought a Pontiac before I had the Camaro
Okay.
back in the day, and that was the plate that was on it.
Nice.
These two plates that you alluded to came with the Camaro, and the two old blokes I bought from had those in the back of the car, so they're the original. Still got 68 embossed in here somewhere. Yeah, just some decorative stuff there.
Yeah, nice.
Some interesting Australian memorabilia. Bob Jane's famous Camaro,
Yep.
signed by Bob. Norm Beachy's car there, signed by Norm. The ones over there, they're probably
Alan Moffat. and
Alan
everything.
Moffat,
Yep.
back in the golden days. That was racing back
Yeah,
in
yeah,
those
yeah,
days.
definitely.
Not these processions they have these days. These
Yeah,
blokes
yeah.
actually banged and hit doors and
And also you had some stuff over here with
yeah,
Daisy
the
Delco.
Woodward
and-
Dream Cruise.
Yep, perfect.
Probably one of the most iconic cruises in America. Runs down Woodward Avenue, the original highway in America, highway number 1. I've been there 3 times now. GM, Ford, Chrysler all take over like a Safeway
Yep.
car park and have their displays. And in behind the shops, they have Rolling Green Hills.
Yep.
And all the car clubs are in there, and they come out. And it's interesting. In the morning, all the guys are driving their hot cars down the road. In the afternoon, it's always the girls driving.
Yeah, yeah.
On the road all
Yeah,
day.
definitely.
And like 3 o'clock, the cops just come and with their bikes and they fan all the cars off onto the side streets. They shut it down.
Yep.
McDonald's, everything closes. But you can drive anything you want on the road. And the most iconic memory I've got is this boat came down the road on a trailer.
Yep.
No car pulling it.
Okay.
And he had the engine in the boat driving the wheels of the trailer.
Oh,
So he's steering it with the boat. That's the sort of stuff goes on. But there's some mean cars there, and the cops all turn a blind eye to it.
perfect.
And as I said, that's a really good show to go if you get the chance to go to Detroit.
Yep.
See that. We've got the SEMA show over there.
Yep.
Some stuff from SEMA.
Cool.
We always stay at a place called Westminster when we're in America. Down in near Costa Mesa, down Huntington Beach Way on there.
Yep.
So that sign was they had on a display somewhere, and being a typical Aussie, I thought, oh, that'd be nice in my garage.
Yeah, yeah, fair enough.
And that's there, and another one there from the Dream Cruise.
Yep.
And there's a nice show over there down Pismo Beach.
Okay.
Which is going up towards San Francisco from Los Angeles. That was a good show.
Well, Wayne, thank you for having us out here, looking at your beautiful cars, your garage memorabilia, and everything you've done, plus everything you've done with Holden over the last 38 years. It's been a real eye-opener to find out more about the history of that. And look, we appreciate it. So thank you very much for your time, mate.
And thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to you guys, and I hope things go really good for you guys in the future.
Yep, appreciate it, mate.
No worries.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
buddy.